pistol. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar. Want that truth? Out. I'm trying to give it to the world before it burn up. I only know one way. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. I only know one way. Turn up. Real cool cat, never lukewarm. But this my second time around, now I'm in my zone.
Amen, saints. Amen. Amen, saints. Amen. I'll be honest with you all. The devil's really trying me today and yesterday, and it's only because I have a word that God wants to give to you all, and each time I go over this word, I'm asking, God, why? It's a harsh word, it's a heavy word, but why did you choose me? He said, why not you? So this episode is going to be different. It's going to be different. Y'all pray with me. Okay, here we go. So some of y'all know me as MJZ, and each time I come up here, I always talk about how I preach the word. As if I'm preaching to a child. Because if a child can understand the word, there is no reason why an adult can understand the word. Amen? Amen. So let's go ahead and do a sound check. So all the children, I want y'all to answer this question. What's 1 plus 1? 2. What's 1 plus 1? 2. Okay, so adults, what's 1 plus 1? 2. What's 1 plus 1? 2. So you see how everybody's on one accord, right? We're on the same level. No matter how old or how young you are, we all on the same level. We all agree that 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now, since I became a member at this church, actually when I started ministry, God gave me a mission. And the mission is to preach and teach Revelation. Period. So if you see me up here, 9 out of 10 is going to be about Revelation. Okay? So when I first came here, I talked about, on episode 1, I talked about I'm not a dog, I'm a Christian. Right? Then the second one, I talked about read, teach, and obey. And the consequence by adding or take away from his word. Then episode 3, I talked about the image of God, focusing on Jesus, not at Jesus. The image doesn't matter, it's what he says, right? So today, I want to talk about on the opposite side of Jesus is the devil.
Well, come on now.
So we talk about the devil, but we don't go knee deep into the devil, about what is his true purpose, what's his angle, right? And if you can, turn to the Bible, turn to your Bibles, Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 and 2. If y'all can stand for the word of God. Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 and 2. Revelation to the back of the last book of the Bible. Just throw it out there at the back. What about? So if you don't know where it is, go somewhere on the deck and show you where it is, because it's very important that you follow along. So Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 and 2. If you haven't, say amen. Amen. It says, then I saw the angel coming down from heaven with the key to the bottomless pit and a heavy chain in his hand. He seized the dragon, the old serpent, who is the devil, Satan, and bound him in chains for 1,000 years. If you don't mind, I'm going to tag this episode, why are we rooting for the underdog? You may be seated. Now, what is an underdog? An underdog is a person or a team that goes against a superior team or a person, right? And they're most likely to lose because they're going against a powerhouse team, right? So if you understand, that's an underdog. And then, for some of y'all that love football, who loves the New England Patriots? Raise your hand if you're a fan of the New England Patriots. Oh, I feel so sorry for you, sir. Bless me, okay. So in the 2000s, between 2000 and 2010, New England Patriots is this powerhouse team. If you hear the name New England Patriots, it's like, oh, don't mess with them. It's almost like they're trying to be like the Dallas Cowboys, but they can't get the Dallas Cowboys, right? So, but here it is. When you see the New England Patriots, it's like, this is a real team. They're going to come with it, right? And then in 2008, they had the Super Bowl. And then New York Giants got to playoffs, barely in the wild card. And every game after that, they barely made it to the next run. And then finally got to the Super Bowl, right? They finally got to the Super Bowl, and Aaron already said, New England's going to murder them. It's going to be a blowout. This is New York Giants against the New England Patriots.
Well,
So they already said the New York Giants was the underdog, and New England Patriots was the powerhouse team. Then what happened? They said it has to be a miracle for them to beat the New England Patriots, and that's exactly what happened.
well,
The quarterback threw the football to the wide receiver. The receiver had the defender, and he caught the football on the helmet. And like, that's not a catch. No, it was like controversial. And then they hit the field goal, and then it was game over by 3 points. No one can understand why did the New England Patriots lose to the Giants. Everyone was astonished when they interviewed the Giants. They couldn't understand it. Like, I don't know, it just happened. I saw the ball, I caught it. Thanks be to God, right? And then they asked the New England Patriots. It was the same thing. I don't know what happened. Like, we was winning and something just rapidly changed, right? So they said that it would never happen again. It would never happen again. If they ever face again, we will make sure that they're going to lose. The fans said the same thing. Everybody said it was a fluke. 4 years later, 2012. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. So, in 2012, here it is. New England Patriots at the Super Bowl. Undefeated record. Going to be one of the first teams to be perfect all the way to the Super Bowl. And here come New York Giants. Going through wild card again. All the way to the Super Bowl. So they say round 2, right? They already said that the Giants is the underdog again. The first time it was a fluke. It would never happen again in a million years. People start investing their money and everything on the New England Patriots. And they say it would never happen the same way. And it was right. It didn't happen the same way. They didn't win by 3 points. The Giants won by 6 points. Right? And I thought to myself, but y'all keep saying the Giants are the underdogs. And y'all saying that Patriots is the powerhouse team. So is it safe to say that if they was to face again, will the people say the Giants will be the underdogs or the New England Patriots be the underdogs? Because New England has yet to beat the Giants in the Super Bowl, period. Right? So it's safe to say that the New England Patriots was the underdog. Right? I'm just messing with it. So, let's go ahead and flip the script. The devil is the underdog. So why are you rooting for the underdog?
yeah,
We know the devil is the underdog. Why are we rooting for him to win? And I know some of y'all thinking like, we're not rooting for him. Yes, you are. You're indulging in sin. You're doing everything that the devil wants you to do, and you're not doing what God wants you to do. So either you're going for the God or you're going for the devil. And if you think about your life, everything you've done, it's like, man, I did this, I did this, I did this. And you're really rooting for the devil. You're rooting for sin. If you go with sin, sin equals death.
all right, man.
And then I thought to myself, I said, people that love football, basketball, they got stats. And the only way you can make a sound decision, you look at the stat. So let's look at so in this episode, we're going to dissect the devil. We're going to dissect the devil, okay? So when you look at the stats, we got to understand, okay, it must be, he got some good stats. So in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12, the first thing you know, his hometown is heaven. He's from heaven. Because Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12 said, oh, how you have fallen from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning, you have been thrown to earth. So he came from heaven. So that we know where he came from, right? And then we're going to go ahead and walk the Bible and go through these stats. So in Genesis chapter 3 verse 3 through 6, the serpent, the devil, deceived Eve. Saying that did God really tell you that? He knows that if you eat from this fruit, you be like him knowing good and evil, you won't die. So okay, he deceived Eve, okay? Then we go to Job chapter 1 verse 6 through 12, and God is having a meeting with all the heavenly council, and he looks at Satan and he said, where you been? Where you come from? And he said, I've come from earth to see who I can devour. And he said, hey, you tried my boy Job. His character is unmatched. He said, no, I've seen Job, but your hands is on him.
Well,
he's rich because of you. If you take your hands off of him, I promise you, he'll curse you in your face.
Well,
it was like, It was like he was telling God, I promise you, if you take the heads off him, he's going to curse in your face. It was like, wow, like you was bold enough to challenge God. God said, okay, you can have him, but you cannot kill him, right? Okay, and then we go to Matthew, chapter 4, verse 1 through 11, right? And he comes and tempts Jesus not once, not twice, but 3 times. Again, that's another bold move. But I want y'all to remember that scripture because we're going to dive into that later on, right? And then we go to Luke. We talk about Judas. Luke chapter 22, verse 3 and 4. He enters Judas. He enters Judas and talked to the high priests and Pharisees and coerced them to capture Jesus for money. These are some heavy stats. This is what the devil, this is the body of the devil, right? And then we go to Revelation. You see how it came from Genesis all to Revelation. So it's all throughout the Bible. Revelation chapter 19, verse 19. The beast gathers all the nations of the world to wage war against the one sitting on the horse. And I asked myself, I said, you gather all the kingdoms of the nation to wage war on the one that's sitting on the horse. So who's that one? In Revelation chapter 19, verse 11 and 12, it says, then I saw heaven open up, and a white horse standing there. Its rider was named Faithful and True. But somebody says, well, who is faithful and true? When John 14 and 6 says, I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the life. No one can go to the Father except through me. Notice he said, I'm the way, the truth. And then Revelation 19, 11, 12 says, his name was Faithful and True. So it's safe to say that we're talking about Jesus Christ. So he's coming with, I'm bringing everyone to fight Jesus, right? But I'm still trying to figure out, why are we rooting for the underdog? Why are you investing in sin if we know sin is death? We already know that he has a bad rep. His stats tells us he is a bad dude. And I'm reminded of this song, if you're around my age, a little bit older and younger, it was this rapper called DMX. DMX is a Christian rapper now, he's not secular no more, but at that time, he wrote this song, Why Do Good Girls Love Bad Guys?
Right.
And I was like, wow. And it didn't hit me back in the day. I'm loving this song, but now I'm thinking about it. And God said, put Christians in there. Why do Christians love the devil? Why do Christians love sin? Why do Christians love death?
Wow.
So let me go and make it, let me hit home to someone. If this is you, I do apologize, but I have to be real about it. You know, you have a friend, a woman that marries to someone, marry a man or date a man that's abusive. And the man beats on the woman day in and day out. You see this, and you're like, man, you need to get away from him. He's going to kill you. He doesn't care about you. If he cares, he will not touch you, right? And I kept thinking about God. I said, Christians, why are you going to the devil? He doesn't love you. Why are you going to sin? He doesn't love you. It will kill you. And we always say, and the late always say, well, no, he loves me. I love him. He said he will never do it again.
Wow.
And he's got me this nice car, this nice ring. And God is saying, no. Why are you going to the devil? Why?
Right.
Well, you know, I learned my lesson. No, you didn't, because you keep going back to the same thing that's going to kill you, and eventually you will die if you keep dealing with that dude, which is sin, or the dude which is the devil, or the dude which is death. Why are you with someone that does not care for you? Well, he give what he wants. Well, the devil will give you what you want, but he will get what he wants too.
You laid that out there.
So why are we still rooting for the underdog?
Wow. Why?
And I said, wait a minute. Reverend Easton? Reverend Taylor? I thought about it. I said, maybe he has a good record. Maybe. Just maybe, because you don't want to go on a team that's always losing all the time. You want to go on a team that's always winning. So maybe it's because he has a good record. So I'm doing something different. I have some of the youth leaders, and the youth are going to read some scriptures. Cool. Can I have someone read Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 18 and 19?
It says, by your many sins and dishonest trade, you have discreated your centuries. So I made a fire come out from you, and it consumes you, and I reduce you to ashes of the ground, and the sights of all who were watching. All the nations who knew you are appalled at you. You have come to a horrible end, and will be no more.
When he fell from heaven, God said, I'll reduce you to ashes. Notice it said, not reducing, I'll reduce, meaning past tense. I already reduced you to ashes. Then he said, and you will exist no more. Meaning it's about to happen. That's pretty harsh to digest. You reduce the devil to ashes. And then he said, and you will exist no more. So he lost that first battle, right? So everybody say 0-1. No, say 0-1. And then Genesis chapter 14 and 15, after he deceived Eve to get Adam to deceive God, not God, but to be deceived, God cursed her. And he said, her offspring will crush your head and you will strike his heel. I will curse you. So everybody say 0-2. And then he goes to Job. Remember Job, when Jesus challenged, when the devil challenged God to say, take your hands off of Job, and I promise you, I guarantee you that he will curse you in your face. So let's see what happens. Job 42 and 10, he prayed to his friends. And when he prayed to his friends, God blessed him double. Now he came close until God had talked to him about, were you here when I prayed to heaven hers? Were you here when I did this? Were you here when I did that? And he was like, no. And he quickly realized, you God. So let me go ahead and pray. And all his friends was like, you must have did something wrong. You had to do something wrong for him to do this. But yet he still prayed to God. And God blessed him double. So it's safe to say the devil didn't win that one either, right? So say, everyone say 0-3. 0-3. So Matthew chapter 4, 1 through 11. When you're in a game, when the game is over with, who gets interviewed on the field? The winner, right? Yeah. Jesus told the devil to get out of here. Because the scripture says you should only worship God, right? And him alone, right? So if you are the winner, then why did you leave? When she told you, you're supposed to say to get interviewed. And it says that the Bible says that the angels came and ministered to him. I look at it as Jesus won. Here come the interviewers and talk to. I can imagine that asking Jesus, how does it feel to win? And he was like, it's good. It's good. That's all it is. It's good. And I kept thinking, when the losers lose, they always go to the back of the stadium and it has the team's name back of it. Why did you lose? What happened? Why did you lose? Well, he's Jesus. He's good. He's real good. He's good all the time. The devil knows this. So everybody said 0-4. 0-4. And then I have another reader that's going to read Luke chapter 24, 6 through 7. And this is dealing with Judas. When Judas when the devil entered Judas. So go ahead and read Luke chapter 24, 6 to 7.
He is not here, but is risen. Abraham, who spake unto you when he was yet in Galilee, said, the Son of Man must be delivered into his hands of sinful men, and be crucified, and the third day rise again.
Amen. Wait a minute. The devil's like, yes, we got him. Yes, we got Jesus. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, what? Remember, it's already written that he had to be betrayed, crucified. So I can imagine God, Jesus, like, high five, devil. Are you supposed to answer today? Really? You didn't? Because the devil thinking he won, but you really helped him out. You fulfilled the prophecy. Yeah. He had to be betrayed. What you did, you just aided him. But you think you won. And again, Jesus like, high five, devil? No, really? Up top? Oh, okay. You think you're mad about it. He's mad. right? And then we go to Revelation 21 and 2, and we already know what it says, that the angel bound him up. The angel bound him up, right? So he lost about 6 or 7 times, right? So we understand that the stats is horrible. He's a bad guy. The record is horrible because he has not won a single battle. You can even give me one. You haven't won not a single one. So again, why are we rooting for the underdog? Why are we rooting for sin? Why are we rooting for the devil? Why are we rooting for death if we see his record? We know what type of person he is, but yet you still want to roll with him. You know, there's something they use scriptorial to get what they want to get. What? No, stop that, right? But yet we do this. And we come to church, hallelujah, praise God, speak in tongues, and we'll do whatever.
Yeah.
And then you go and do everything else what God told you what not to do, and you come back. Lord, I don't know what happened because you keep going back to the same thing.
Right.
You said you saved, but I don't believe that because you're going right back to that dude. You're going right back to that drug. You're going right back to the you're going right back to the one thing that you were supposed to come see me for. But yet you fake it. You come to church and put on a show. You got the 3-piece suit on. You got your hat on. You got the perfume on. But yet you are ugly inside because you keep going back to the same thing.
Wow. I like that.
And then I thought about it, I said, you know what? It hit me. He deceives the whole world. That's one of his many gifts. You know, his power. Deceive Eve, deceive Eve. So in Revelation chapter 12, verse 9, it says, the great dragon, the ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, the one deceiving the whole world, was thrown down to earth with his angels. He likes to deceive a lot of people, even the angels, right? And he says the whole world, not just part of the world, the whole world. And then 2 Corinthians 11 and 14 says, and this is Paul saying, I'm not surprised that the devil has disguised himself as an angel of light. He came from heaven, he's an angel, he's just an angel of dark. But he disguised himself as an angel of light. And I kept thinking to myself, he said, I am not surprised. And then Ephesians 6:11 says, put on the full armor of God. Again, Paul said, I'm not surprised. Like, I love Batman, Superman, I love superheroes. So I'm going to use Superman for example. Superman got all the superpowers and everything, and his arch enemy is Lex Luthor, right? And when Lex Luthor does something bad, they call Superman, or Superman hears when Superman, and you hear that theme music, dun 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 dun, and he just does this, right? Yeah. He goes into the telephone booth and he beats Lex Luthor. Comes back 2 days later, Lex Luthor at it again. Dun 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 dun. For about the 15th time, Lex Luthor did it again. Really? Yeah. I'm not surprised, man. She's kind of late. Hold on. Dun 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 dun. Right? And Paul kept thinking, I'm not surprised. This is what he do. He always does. It's one thing you get for the first time, you're like, I can't believe he did that. Second time, why did he do that? Third time, are you serious? That's how we look at the devil, like, you had it again? Like, you didn't learn your lessons how many times? Like, you're going to keep doing this over and over again. It's kind of like having a circle and trying to push it into a triangle. It's not going to fit. You're going to force it in, it's still not going to work. You're going to keep. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I have another reader, and this reader is going to read Matthew chapter 4. Remember chapter 4, verses 1 through 11? Go ahead.
Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungry. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. And the devil taketh him unto the holy city, and set him on a pinnacle of the temple. And he said unto him, If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against the stone. Then Jesus said unto him, It is written, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showed him all the kingdom of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then said Jesus unto him, Go thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him.
Okay, now, this is important because when I first read it, it missed me. And I know y'all all smart, I know y'all Bible scholars, and y'all caught this. I know y'all caught this. But the devil decided to throw scripture at Jesus. In verse 6, verses came from Psalms 91, verse 11 and 12, which tells me that if the devil knows the Bible, why don't you?
Right.
Think about it. The devil was bold enough to throw scripture at Jesus Christ. He was bold enough. We wasn't there, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and throw some scripture at Jesus. We know that we will lose that battle. The devil really thought, I'm going to win this battle. I'm going to beat him by throwing scripture at him. And then Jesus was like, you bucking at me? Well, let me go ahead and buck back. So in verse 7, that's what Jesus said in verse 7, which came from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 16. So they had a good Old Testament Bible war. And I thought to myself, the devil been here longer than us, so I hope that he knows the Bible. If you wanted to challenge the devil, ask yourself this question: would you win? When it comes to the Bible, will you have a Bible war with the devil, and will you win? Ask yourself that question. If the devil came to you and attacked you with Bible scripture, what would you say? What would you do? Natural, we'll fight in a different way, and we'll lose. And we forget that Jesus is on our side. We do things our way. And then the other part of the scripture was in verse 8 and 9. He showed Jesus all the kingdoms of the world and His glory. And then He said the one thing that was astonishing. He said, I will give you all of this if you just simply kneel down and worship me. He said, this is my world. I will give you all of this. Right. And I said, that can't be true. He is not the ruler of this world. There's no way possible. Until God points to the scripture, He says, John 12 and 31, He says, the time has come to judge the nation of this world, the world, when Satan, the ruler of this world, will be cast out. The devil is willing to give you all that he has for you to simply worship and worship me. So I kept thinking, I said, so hell is not His world? No. Bob says His world? No. And then we don't read our Bibles. We don't read Revelation. And it's so funny because the devil knows stuff that we really don't know because we fail to read the Bible. We fail to read Revelation, right? And what's so funny about it, the devil will let you read everything in the Bible, but when he gets to Revelation, he will try to distract you because you don't want to see how he get embarrassed. If you find out how he get embarrassed, then you will kind of stop what you're doing. We're like, well, okay. So in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, it says, therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who live in the heavens rejoice. But terror will come on the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great anger, knowing that he has little time. He knows that he doesn't have this much time left. Right. Now we start to understand, what's your angle? Why are you doing all of this? If he knows that he doesn't have little time, then what? Why are you so angry? What's going on? And then I thought about Revelation 20, verse 1, 2, and 3. You know how he gets bound, and the angel throws Lucifer, Satan, the dragon, into the bottomless pit, lock him up, put the chains on, right? For 1,000 years, so he can't deceive the world anymore for 1,000 years. And I was like, wait a minute, so the bottomless pit is not as well? It's his prison. And I found that in verse 7 says, after 1,000 years out, he will be let out of his prison.
Right.
It's not his world, ladies and gentlemen. It's his prison. Now, some of y'all have children, and some of y'all are teachers or educators, or y'all walking, y'all see other children, and you know you have spoiled brats, right? You know, you look at a child like, he's just spoiled brat, he's just a brat, right? And I realized the devil is really a brat. The devil is really a brat, and I'll explain why. Because in Revelation chapter 12, again, I love Revelation. Revelation chapter 12, verse 17, the devil was waging war, and a host of angels, Michael and a host of angels beat the devil, right? And he was trying to go after the woman, and he couldn't get to the woman, and he gets so angry, he said, since I can't get to her, I'm going to attack all her children, people that keep God's commandments, follow God's commandments, and keep the testimony of Jesus Christ. So if I can't get to you, I'm going to get to them.
Yeah, you're right.
And then, here's when the angel throws Lucifer into the bottomless pit, lock him up for 1,000 years. Now, parents, if you have a child that's in trouble, or you know they're in trouble, if you from my area, you give them a whooping or a spanking or whatever, and then you tell them, go to your room, don't come out until I tell you to come out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same thing God did. He got beat, go to the bottomless pit, and don't come back for 1,000 years. Into his room. I said, wow. So God just kind of whoops you, and then you got locked in your room for 1,000 years. But it did say that that he had to be let out, right? And I thought that was funny because what happens next is insanity. Now, if you don't know what insanity is something that's doing something over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result.
Right.
And I'm going to have someone read Revelation chapter 20, verse 8.
And shall go out to see the nations which are in four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand in the sea.
So he goes out of the bottomless pit for 1,000 years. You would think if you have a child and you say, go to timeout. Normally they come back and say, well, you know what, I'm sorry, I apologize, I want to do it again. No, Satan does the same thing. Again, we're not surprised about his tactics. He goes out and does the same thing. After you've been locked for 1,000 years, you go back doing the same thing.
Right.
You go back and gather all the people of the world, all the nations of the world, to wage war again like you didn't learn it the last time. He figured, if he tried again, this is it. I'm going to win this one time. Verse 10 says that heavens opened up, flames came down, and he was thrown into the fiery lake with the other false prophets, the Antichrist, and all his followers, being tormented forever and ever and ever, right? And it dawned on me because if you're investing in the devil and you're investing in sin and death, you're going to end up the same way, because in 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 15 says, so it is no wonder that his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness. In the end, they will get the punishment their wicked deeds deserve. So people that was following the devil, they kept thinking, we're going to win. No, you're not going to win. No.
Amen.
If you read your Bible, he's going to lose. Matter of fact, 3, 2, 1, up is over. Like, could you imagine if, in the Bible is nothing, the revelation is nothing into the future. It's like getting the answers in advance. You know what's going to happen. You just make sure you don't be in the line of fire when it happens. If you know, if you go left, there's going to be destruction. You see, like, I'm going this way. Right? You know this. This is a roadmap to get out of the way. To get out of the way. Don't go towards it. Don't go this way. Your GPS, God GPS is not going to let you go this way. He's going to let you go the other way, right? And I love cartoons. And who's seen Lion King? Not that many people? Okay, so Lion King, you gotta really have to watch Lion King again. But you gotta watch it in a spiritual sense. Because we all know that in the beginning, Mufasa, I love Mufasa, and Nala, whatever, they have a child, right? They have Simba. And they put the child up to the sun, next to the sun, and they had the whole song, Circle of Life or whatever, right? And they're singing, everybody bows down, and then he goes through this stage of he being rebellious and yada, yada, yada. And then when he gets older, he's coming back for the throne, right? And then you got Simba, then you got Scar, and you got the hyenas, and you got the other lions. Right? And they have this big old war or whatever, and all of a sudden the sky opens up and lightning shoot at this tree. And a field full of flames, right? Under this throne. And I said, wow. So they have this big old fight. Now let's flip the script. Simba is Jesus, Scar is the devil, hyenas the demons, and the lions are the angels, right? Angels of light. They have this big old war over this kingdom. And then what happens? Scar slips up and says, I don't care about the hyenas. They're not my friends. The hyenas hear that, they back away. Now it's just the devil and Jesus, Simba and Scar. And eventually Simba, which is Jesus, throws Scar to the lake of fire, which is, the cartoon or whatever. And he wakes up and he sees the hyenas. Scar sees the hyenas and he says, oh, my dear friends, the hyenas. The hyena says, friends. You hear that? He calls us friends. Now we ain't friends, and then what happens? You saw Scar's face like, oh my God, no. And then all of a sudden you see the silhouette of them fighting each other and the flames go up. And I can imagine the follower of the devil was like, this is not your world? You mean to tell me we was following you, not following Christ, and we get tormented with you? You deceived us? I can imagine what would happen. I don't want to imagine, but in my imagination, it wouldn't be pretty because it says that he will be tormented too, which lets us know that hell is not his world. It's not. It never was. And honestly, hell was supposed to be designed for him. The devil doesn't want to be alone. He doesn't. So he figures, I already know I'm going to hell. How many people can come with me? Because I need some roommates. That's it. That's the biggest thing with the devil. All his scheming is really because he's a brat and he hates to be alone. So he figures, let me go ahead and get see so many people that can come with me so I can at least won't be by myself. But yet, Jesus come in the picture and said, I'm life. He's death. Follow me. I die for your sins. He would not die for your sins. But yet, you choose him over me. Why? Why? Why don't you choose me? Have I not saved you multiple times? Why do you choose him? He tells you, I don't care about you. We as Christians or people, we love challenges. If you say we can't do it, we're going to do it. I'll prove you wrong. And the devil's knowing that, the devil said, you will never do this. I'm going to do it wrong. And then he like, got you. If I can distract you from following Christ, I did my job. That's the end of the game. I need to distract you. If I distract you long enough, then you can come with me. Yeah, you at church. I'm in church with you. I'm sitting next to you. feeding you stuff. We have a hard time forgiving each other. We have a hard time, but yet you say you want to beat the devil. No, you're not capable of doing that. That's Jesus' job. Your job is to love your neighbor like you love yourself. Your job is to love God, mind, body, and soul. Your job is to spread the good news. What are you doing going after the devil when you supposed to be talking to this brother or sister about who I am? Amen. But yet you want to defeat, you want to go toe-to-toe with the devil. You want to find loopholes and not realize that you're going to destruction.
That's right.
Amen? Amen. So in this time, and I'm done, and I'm totally done. We at a place now that you all need to make a decision. You seen what God is all about, what Jesus is all about. You come to Sunday, day in, day out. I mean, you come to church day in, day out, and you know about Christ, but you don't really know about the devil. Now that I'll show you the devil's true intention, that he really don't care about you, you have a choice that you need to make. Do you want to be deceived, thinking that is one way, and really that is not? Or do you want to experience everlasting life? Right. Jesus has a place for you next to him. He wants us to feast with him. Yes. He wants to be your friend. Yes. He's trying to give you everything that you need. He's trying to equip you. He's trying to educate you, but yet you don't know anything about the devil. But now that you do, you have a choice you need to make. So I want everybody to close their eyes. I want to think of the times that you can't really explain from the day you was born, if you can remember, up to now, all the times that things that you put yourself in that knowing that you wasn't supposed to live, somehow you made it happen. I want you to think about the car wrecks, the bullets, anything that's endangered your life that God protected you from.
Wow.
I want you to think about all the things, again, you put yourself in, all the things that you couldn't explain. I'm here to let you know that is Jesus.
You sure right.
Jesus is reaching out to you. He wants to reach out to him. I want you to think of all the things that you deserve, but Jesus said, let me go and take that bullet for you. Let me go ahead and down the cross for you. Let me go ahead and I will take more lashes, more beatings just to save you.
Yes, yes.
He will take another bullet. He will take another car wreck. He will do all over again just to get you next to him.
Hallelujah.
Yes. All the thing he asks you is to choose him.
Yes.
Thank you.